moving on from that and to the final, last but not the least, to one of the biggest stories out of Nigeria, out of Africa this week. Big Lala, I'm not gonna say anything about this.
Why?
Please take the way.
Why are you not going to say anything?
No, before I say anything, please.
Uh,
What's your side of the story?
you know what? I think this is what I think really. Just breaking down this side of the story. Um, I think the piece is doing its job, right? But if we're going to be fair, I mean, there are facts that were presented um that needs to be, there are fingers pointed at people that actually need to be looked at or
Right.
investigated. I think that's true. From their side, from Marlian's record, Naira Marley, I totally get what they're trying to do. Um, they've been severely affected by what has happened, even though they don't. In the final cause of death, it looks like they are not to be held responsible. And what they are focusing on is, oh, we are not the ones that killed him because we were not the one that dealt the final blow.
Mm,
That's what they are trying to clear their name of.
yeah.
And you now have to think about it. Do people actually think Naamali is the one that dealt the final blow?
No,
Because he was not even in the country, according to those
at the
things.
time.
The timestamps were there. He was not in the country, and he was able to provide, some evidences to back his claim that he was a good boss. And I think that's why I have a problem with, right? I do not think there's anybody in this life, right, the amount of things that somebody has said about you, bad things that I said about you, you try to kill me, and you take it and say, "Oh, I'm okay. I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not angry. I'm not going to. There won't be any revenge on my part." And that's the problem I have with this whole thing. It was painted. I said something one time that when people do all these documentaries, and I think I went to when it was Whiskey doing his documentary, there's always a purpose, there's always an aim for these documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear from the get-go or from the whole thing that this documentary is to paint Naamali as a good boss who tried to support an artist. He didn't have any issues with him, which I find, and that's the suspicion right there. He painted Naamali as a good person. I'm not saying he's not a good person, but everything about him, there was not one bad thing. Not no admittance of, oh, maybe I could have done this better. There was no admittance of, oh, I was actually angry that this happened. I did this, and I think I shouldn't have done it. There was no admittance of anything. It was just all positives on their parts, which is very impossible. It's impossible because there's nobody that is that, you know, humble, or I would say, like, I mean, that doesn't have any sort of, spark in their heads. And seeing Damali, the kind of person he is on his music, because I don't know him personally, or the kind of things we hear that he has done in the past, because somebody did, a British journalist, or I don't know, was it British, came to Nigeria just to have an interview about his links to Peckham guys,
Yeah,
gangs, and all those things. That's what he sang about. That's the kind of person he has been,
he is. Yeah.
right? So this documentary is portraying something totally different by what he himself has portrayed himself to be, which I find surprising. In the end, I think this was a job well done by the producers of this documentary, because they've been able to change a lot of public opinion about what has happened, and which is the aim of this, right?
Mm.
Did they do their job? It was well ushered, well planned for him to drop this so that he can get on with his life. That's the whole purpose of it. I don't have a problem with that. But if we stick to the facts of the matter, if we stick to things about what has happened, I think that uh Naamali could have just, admitted that he didn't protect Mubad as much as he should. He let a lot of things happen. Being the label boss, maybe it could have been due to his naivety, thinking everybody was fine, right? He could have just admitted something, but the mere fact that there was nothing that you could say, oh, or you could hold your hands up to and say, oh, I think I didn't do this right, and I think I could have done this better. I let him down in this, I let him down in that. That would have been an admittance of, okay, you
Yeah.
being naive, but you paint yourself as a saint throughout the whole thing, and it's so easy. Everybody can be a saint in their own story. Nobody would be
Could be
a villain.
villain.
Nah, nobody will ever be a villain in their own story, and that's just classic human being, and that's what the whole interview, I mean, the whole documentary has shown.
Yeah.
You've shown that, yeah, my side of the story, I was a good guy to this person.
To this guy.
Again, I don't think he was responsible for the final nail on the coffin or whatever it is that happened to Mohbad. Things happened. Um, he may not directly have had a hand in the final things that happened, but there's no way all these things happened with somebody that you invested in as a label, and you won't. Nah, I don't see that happening. But that's what he claims to have done.
Mhm.
That's what he claims to have done.
Well, so Big Lala, to be honest with you, I didn't watch, the full interview. I
Yeah,
only watched just bit parts, different parts of it, and
yeah,
I I I I feel I want to disagree. Like I kind of want to disagree with you on the PR side of things. I
yeah.
mean, we both are good PR people, and while I know that PR is all about public image, cleaning a public image and everything.
Mm,
I also believe that at times you buy into the emotions of people, right? Naira Marley has come out to talk about him being the good guy. I think this is just someone who is trying to, you're doubling down on this whole thing. See, you have not, Naira Marley said a whole lot and he didn't say anything. Yes, the boy gave you an account number that belongs to his mother-in-law for his royalties. Okay, we don't hear. Next. She abi no it shall not be your own account number na him give. Oh yeah now. He can try to drop any account to
but
Bawu.
Shay,
Wait now, wait,
okay,
Big Lala. He can try to drop any account to Bawu. When he dropped that account and everything, you were paying money into the place. Right. Now, secondly, this boy has videos online, bruised shoulder, bruised hands, and he has said a couple of things about Naira Marley knew. Another video again in one estate where he was running, saying if anything happens to him, hold Naira Marley. Another voice note again, bro. So in all of those voice notes and videos and everything, the lie. So he was mad all those many times. Another thing again is now Naira Marley, you know, I know that he's a smart guy. But I would say, I wouldn't say he's very smart. Now, why? When you want to do PR, right, you know what the public wants. See, I know what the public wants, but I also know that what the public wants is what is true. Now, what is true? We've said this thing on the podcast for Big Lala. Only one question for Naira Marley, which you also have mentioned tonight. Forget about. I don't like when people say, "Oh, so we forget about who killed him. I forgot about like, bro, are you mad?" Now, VDM say, "Oh, so Mo forgot about who killed her now. Mo talk about who bully am." Bro, both can coexist. Are you a dance? VDM? Are you a dance? Bro, are you? I like you. They something they worry your head. No, now both can coexist. If we say this is a black pen, this is a blue pen. We cannot say, oh, so you're going to leave the black pen and leave the blue pen. Both can coexist. Now, if we look at the two, this thing, we say, so while Mohbad was alive, did you bully him or not? Okay, your own case different. Now, who killed Mohbad? It's not you. Okay, do. Who killed Mohbad? Is you. Abi you. Okay, you. Now, both can coexist. So I really don't like when people try to dismiss this whole, oh, Are we going to now talk about who bullied him and leave out who killed him and everything? Guys, are we joking here? Come on, let's be real. You also asked this question, Bilela. Did Naira Marley bully? And you know what? That is one question that he failed to answer in 2023, 2024. In this 2025, this interview, he never mentioned it one. Oga, the question they're asking you is simple. Leave all this story of account, evidence. I gave him this, I gave him that. I was a brother. We know. Did you bully him while he was alive or not? That is the only question. Just answer that question. Yeah, see, Namali can say he did not bully him today. We'll go and rest. I bet you.
But
But he
they
cannot
actually
answer that
said it.
question.
They actually said it in the documentary.
What did he say?
He actually did say that in the end, when they brought the termination, that he felt bad that, well, he did say he felt bad that he's invested and all that, but he thought about it and said, which I don't find it to be true. I'm just saying what he said anyway, that he just thought, I think it's best this guy leaves, leaves Marlian because they decided to terminate and all those things. I mean, he said he could have, as a label owner, he could have said, no, you signed a contract and you must see out the contract because it was a 4 album contract.
Deal.
That was what he said. But he said he decided to let it go. But then things happened. What happened? I don't know how true it is, but that's what they've painted. They painted that Mohbad withdrew from, royalties, and I don't know how possible that is, right? Because he wasn't the original rights holder. The rights holder is Marlian's music,
Marlian music, yeah.
right? So the thing is, when I consider the whole thing as a whole, and I'm seeing, some loopholes, I'm seeing some plots that do not make sense. Of course, there are plots that do not make sense there, but I don't want to be the one to say, oh, why did this happen? But the aim of the interview is just to change people's perception, which they've done.
That's it. That's the thing.
And
That's
what
the thing.
what he said happened was Mohbad withdrew $73,000 from the DSP, right, which is the distributor.
He can't now.
Again, that's the most annoying thing, is because the dead can't
He
speak.
can't now.
The dead
That's the thing.
can't
That's
speak
the
for
thing.
themselves.
He can't now.
So those accusations came and they said he withdrew this, and they said,
saying
okay,
that an artist withdrew from a label connected DSP.
yeah. So
what kind of access did they give the artist to be able to withdraw that?
Also because the partners of Marlians could, there's no way you would pay the artist straight away, because those songs are still licensed under
the label.
Under the label,
bro.
Like I said before, this documentary has actually done its part, because, like you rightly said, it is to appeal to people's emotions and say, oh, Naira Marley had nothing to do with his deaths, right? And it is to deviate from the, sensible questions that people are asking. Did you guys make his life miserable? Did you guys, try to blacklist him? Did you make it tough for him? Of course, someone will try to leave your label after so much investment, videos, songs, promotions, things that they've not recouped yet. You are not going to let him go that easily now, right? You're not going to let him go that easily.
Yeah,
But things happen, and the only thing I can say about that is Naira Marley and his team, they intentionally did not cover things that they did wrong, because of course you cannot paint yourself as a saint in all of this and say you didn't
and
make things happen.
that is it. See, the truth is, like we all know, everybody, and I can say everybody, if you like, peddle any narrative and everything, Naira Marley was not the cause of the actual death. We know.
Yeah, but they also want to know the actual cause of death. They want the people who were around him to be investigated, and
Fine.
you can't fault them for that as well.
See, Lala, we want everybody rearrested again. See, Larabali say everybody rearrested again. All well and good. Let everybody get rearrested.
He already spent
he said he spent
2
2 months and everything.
months
He said he wants everybody. In fact, if it includes him as well. But see, that one aside, we are arresting everybody because we want to know what killed Mohbad. Now, that is, see, Lala, there are 2 different cases, and that is my own major grouse with this whole thing. We have two different cases, Big Lala. Number one, what killed Mohbad, which they want to arrest everybody for again. Number two, was Mohbad bullied while he was alive? That question will forever haunt Naira Marley.
What
If he likes, he should not answer it. If he likes, he should answer it. Only question they're asking Naira Marley.
he's already
If everybody
answered
see
it.
Naira Marley,
He's already
Naira
answered
Marley,
it.
what did they say? So is he saying he did not bully him?
That's what I'm telling you. From the documentary, he's painted himself as the best boss ever to Mohbad because he painted the instances of when, after all these tweets that you're talking about or posts you're talking about,
They
that
mentioned something on
but
Twitter.
Sheyi, you know what is clear?
Yeah.
I think, right, Mohbad mentally had issues. Was he handled in the best possible ways? Of course not. Are these guys professionals to see that this is what this guy is dealing with? No. This guy was having episodes where he was being psychotic. See, I'm not saying I believe 100% of what they said in that thing, but there are some elements of truth to it because if you look closely, Mohbad was not mentally stable. He wasn't. He was forgetting lyrics. He was forgetting even his phone numbers, right? I don't know if it's from drugs or whatever it is, right? But he had mental issues. Did they deal it right? Did they take him to mental hospitals to try and get him treatment? A lot of what I saw from all those things were, advices upon advice and go and calm down, go and relax, you are a king, you are this. That's not how you handle somebody that is having a mental issue, right? They did not handle all that aspect, which is one of the things that they didn't even admit. They were not equipped to handle it. I can't even blame them for it. Is it possible that Mohbad did some of the things he did while having some of these episodes? Of course, it's possible. What's it called? Wait, Shay went to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
some of the things that they did actually say that of course it's true. That I can see that of course it's possible. The NDLA issue. Naira Marley was not even around. He wasn't in there, right? It was Zeno and Co and all those things. He came out of NDLA, and now things you should be looking at is he himself has said, Mohbad said, ever since he had gone to NDLA, that is when his life has been nonsense. What happened in NDLA? Was he infused with drugs or whatever it is, or something that messed him up? Was he introduced to something that his body could not cope with? Because that was the start. That was the beginning and the end of the good relationship they started with at Marlian's Records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because before that incident, there was nothing. There was really nothing. So it's a mystery. There's a lot of things that is happening, but I can't blame the likes of Naira Marley trying to clean his image because he has suffered from what has happened. Like I said, he may not have been the one to pull the final trigger, and I know you do have a point saying that they did bully him, but that's I think is important, but it's not as important as who killed the boy. It's not as important as who killed the boy. So it's a mystery. There's a lot of mystery involved. It is not as straightforward as what people are pointing fingers at.
It's just very sad that
Yeah.
to be honest,
But the
it's
documentary is a
the most
PR talk.
painful. The
It's
most
PR
painful
talk.
part of this whole thing is that it led to death. I really wish they didn't lead to. Maybe it could have been something else. Could have been maybe even mental.
It's
This
a
thing,
mystery.
maybe he's still in the mental hospital right now and everything. It could have been. He's still as long as he's still alive, he can still
Shay,
regain. You see,
Mohbad
but the boy
Mohbad
is
had
dead.
issues. He had issues with his family, had issues with his wife, team around him. There's a lot of mystery in that regard. It is fair if these people are saying, look into these guys as much as you are looking into us. You've pointed fingers at us without full evidences. Their own, what's it called, is different. What they've done is different than what killed them. So what this whole documentary is doing is pointing fingers at the people who pointed fingers at them. That's what they're doing. Are they right to do that? Of course, because they've suffered equally from it. Did they bully? Possibly yes. Did they kill him? Maybe not. Are there people around him that know about what killed him? Yes.
So
Have they,
why is Naira Marley not admitting to bullying him?
what is that going to do for him now? He's not going to. Who will want to admit that? He will not want to admit that. That's why he's gone this route of, this documentary, almost 2 hours documentary, and painting himself as the best label boss ever, appealing to people's emotions. It's a well cooked up documentary in favor of Naira Marley, and it served its purpose because the reactions on social media proves it all. Well, yeah. That's it.
Well, Big Lala, last, what I saw a tweet just some hours ago say, in everything you do in life, no, just let anybody kill you. That's just the thing. Don't let anybody kill you because look
Yeah,
at for the
yes.
past two
He
years,
can't defend himself now. He's
he
dead.
can't defend himself. He
He's
can't
dead. Can't
defend
defend
himself
himself.
at all, and it is what it is. But yeah,
Mm.
we end this particular podcast with a message, um, to say rest in peace, Mobad. Um, Yeah. We don't know who killed you, but hopefully, justice one day.
Bill.
One day. It's just sad, right? Big Lala. It's just sad that the country that we are in it's just sad because come on, like even the VDM, even these other guys,
No,
the
that
guys doing music,
that's a PR job now.
they are doing a better job than the police.
Are
Do you
they?
understand?
Are they?
Bro, what are the
They,
police done?
they are only appealing to the
What
court of
yeah, what are the
public opinion now
what are the police done apart from holding that body for the past 2 years right now
and doing nothing about
and
it.
doing nothing about it?
So see, it's a mystery. Something actually did happen, and nobody.
Of course something happened.
It wasn't a natural death.
It wasn't a natural death.
Yeah.
You see, I was thinking about it just today, like earlier today. And like this whole thing shows that this thing is not natural. It is not. Nobody can say anything. This death
There's a mystery.
is not
Things
natural.
are happening. Things are happening. Or things have happened that they need to actually.
I really hope that justice,
Double.
prevails. I really hope that Mobad's, body gets the right burial, and I, hope that, everyone is going to, yeah, I really, there's just a whole lot of names, just a whole lot of names. This Zlatan was called by VDM. Naira Marley was, called Belashmada. He called him an Ice King.
No, he didn't.
Said
He didn't
Ice
even
King.
mention his name. But you know what? That's one of the holes in there, because how can Naira Marley, who we know things about women, drugs, and everything, and say he doesn't know what ICE is? Is
Oh, like you said, that video is a cleaned up thing. He's like you said, he's never going to admit to anything
he
negative.
didn't admit one negative,
Exactly.
and that's
So
the
why do
that's
you
the
want me to,
red
why do
flag.
you admit to knowing
That's the
what
red
I is
flag there.
all about?
He made everything look like everything. Oh, I was not involved. They
Of
fought.
course.
I saw them
Of course,
fighting. I
bro.
pulled him away.
Of
I
course,
told
bro.
him.
Of course. You want normally to admit to knowing what ice is. That's why you say Ice King. I don't know what they call it. Ice King, that boy and everything. Of course. Now, Blashmada's name has been called. Zlatan's name has been called.
Well,
There's a WhatsApp group. Baba Mobad is going about dropping music. Wumi, the wife, is dancing up and down on TikTok.
make
There's
life
just
no move on.
there's
Life
just
go
there's
move
just
on.
a whole yeah, I know, but there's just a whole lot. And this whole thing, Yabo Ojo, Toto DK, do you understand?
Shay,
So many people.
did people use what happened to push other agendas? Don't you think people did?
I did. I absolutely believe so.
So if they can push that agenda against them, then they also can push an agenda against them.
I believe that some of these guys used this, like it's sad, but some of them use it to chase clout, to gain followers on social media as well.
Yeah, it
It's
was the
sad.
hottest thing in town. Yeah.
Someone's death. Ah, see, anyways, God go judge Sha. Now that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. And hopefully we really, really get to see the light at the end of this tunnel. Because light no do this toilet too. No light at the end of the toilet too.
No lie.
As it is right now. But anyways, Mobad, rest in peace. And we love you, Imole, and we hope that your soul gets justice while it continues to rest. In the next couple of days, it's going to be 2 years. No burial, no plans of burial,
There
no
was
plans of
a
justice,
pre-burial.
nothing at all. Where they broke his head in the coffin. Like, see, Lala, everything has just, like you said, everything has just been a mystery. Horridly buried him. Brought him out again. Autopsy took months. Took like a year. Come on. It shouldn't be this dramatic, this whole thing.
If now working country now, they go don't do autopsy since no waiting by the boy since. They no go wait all this we carry and go international. Say, we will not be visit Mataja. But yeah, that's one.
It is well. Guys, we'll see you on the next episode of Afrobeats Roundup. Please get to like, share, subscribe on all social media platforms. It's as Gusto TV Africa, and of course on Spotify. Excuse me, on Spotify. It's at Afrobeats Roundup. Please, check out previous episodes, download, like, share, listen, and of course, put all your comments down below on what we discussed on this episode. Zinoliski, Adikabasa and Ruga, DJ Tunes and Pella, and Whiskey, of course. Olamide's live in London, OVO Arena. Ashake's new looks. Why is it being so mysterious? And what will Odogu say to Davido when he has the time? Of course, is a Billboard Top 50 Best Afrobeat songs accurate enough? What songs would you take off? And what songs would you put in? Big Lala said, Free Madness for Nonso Amadi's tonight. Of course, Naira Marley, the side of the story, definitely the Mobad issue. The full breakdown, is he innocent or not? Put your comments down below and we'll see you on the next one. Stay safe, Big Lala. Thanks you very much for coming, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.
All right, bye.